so I'm gonna be unboxing the Chime, whatever, Vietnam watch from AliExpress, which is a clone slash homage of the original Benrus Type 2. So it's a watch that I've been eyeing. I don't really buy a whole lot of AliExpress watches. I've only got one, a Seastern Doxa homage, but this sale just happened, and I thought it'd be cool to try some stuff out. So comes in this little case. I don't really need cases for my watches. I just keep them in a watch box, but it's actually pretty decent quality. I believe it's Qimei, Qimei. I don't know how to say it, but yeah. So this was on sale for the AliExpress Choice Day recently for, I believe, $83, and then after some coupons, I bought a couple things. I bought a 50 Fathoms homage clone thing and a bunch of pieces and movements to build 2 watches. So I'm not sure if that's something people are interested in, but I don't know what I'm doing. I've never built a watch, and I've only ever got one other AliExpress clone homage slash anything from AliExpress, which is, like I said, the Seastern. So I don't know if anybody's interested in that, but let me know. So first impressions, this looks pretty good. I want to say I ordered this not even a week ago. So this arrived in about 5 or 6 days from China to the United States. So that's pretty crazy. Let's see. But yeah, it's got this Seiko VH quartz movement. I don't usually have a whole lot of quartz watches, but I do know that the Marathon uses a quartz. I'm not sure if the Benrus does. I'm sure it does, but just contradict myself there. But I just thought this was really cool. The crown is popped out, but I don't really know what to expect from this Chinese stuff, if there's a lot of issues or anything. But there was a few reviews on the platform. But yeah, let's just get into it. So yeah, based on the watch, I believe it was produced around 72 to 1980, originally for the Vietnam War, contracted by the US government, and Benrus was the original manufacturer. So nowadays, they're really cool. Like, Benrus came back. They kind of disappeared for a while. Like, I know I've seen some of their watches at like Goodwill, but they're like really cheap, like garbage quartz watches that say Benrus. So I'm not sure what their history kind of turned to, or if that's like a copycat, just fake garbage. But yeah. So what's the other one? Marathon does a really nice one, and they use like the tubes that light up. So I think that's pretty cool. The bezel, I guess it's probably about 120 click. Looks to be pretty nice. Tiny bit of back play, nothing crazy. Missed it, but I opted for the Type 2. I think the Type 1 is really cool as well, just the sterile dial. Seems to align decently well. I'm not gonna nitpick, but I just think the case shape is just really cool and unique. That extra like protection that they've got. What is this? Oh, just another bag. Oh, spring bars. Cool. So some extra spring bars. Put this to the side. But I'm still pretty shocked just how quickly this stuff came. But sorry, I'm really horrible at this. I don't even have anything pulled up, like the stats on I don't remember if this is Sapphire, but I'll pull it up. Just comes on a NATO. I don't have too many 20 millimeters because all my Seikos use 22, but so I'll have to get some more straps. I use the cheapest NATO straps, or CNS. I know they had to change it, but let's do, yep, should be 20. Yep, 20 on the dot. We'll do from the crown 43 all the way to the crown, from the side of the case to the crown, and then let's do about 41 just from the side of the case to the side of the case, and then the total. Ooh, I'm so bad at this. Length is around 45, lug to lug, 47-ish, and then thickness. Let's see. Yeah, about 15. I believe I read that in the description. So I think it looks pretty nice. I don't. We'll have to see how it holds up, I guess, or how accurate it is. But I do know that the quartz is kind of what is best for this specific watch, is because it was designed to be accurate in the field. Mechanical or automatic watches are not known to be the most accurate, especially if you're in like the kind of situations, if you're like in Vietnam, like fighting a war. So, well, there's my apartment, but so that's just a close-up. I think it looks pretty good. So I did not want to pay $1,000 plus for a Marathon or a Doxa. I mean, not Benrus, and there's a few other ones that make it still. But someday, I have heard that Marathon does some pretty cool sales every now and then, and you can get them for almost half off. So I would be down to get one for about $400 or $500. Plus, you're supporting American, or they're Canadian, I mean, but you're not supporting like China, which I'd rather not. But I mean, it's hard to beat this for $70. It's just so cool to me. But I'll put it on my wrist, and then we can see how if the lume is any good. I had to break out my original Vietnam era M7 bayonet with scabbard. I like only opened this once just to look at it, but got it on eBay a while back. Guess it was just unused. So just this reminded me of the whole Vietnam stuff and like Apocalypse Now. But I think this is just so cool. I'm just nerding out. Let's see. There we go. So it just needs a little bit, probably just be washed up and oiled or cleaned and sharpened. I don't know. I'm not gonna screw with it right now, but oh yeah, that Vietnam. I don't know. I think this military stuff like this is really cool, and maybe someday I'd have an original one. But here's what it looks like. I've got almost an 8-inch wrist. I got a big wrist, so the strap is not that long. Even with cheap NATO straps, I usually make it just to this second keeper, and I don't have any room to tuck it back in. So no, not the end of the world, but I know a lot of people like to tuck in their NATO, so if you have a bigger wrist like me, maybe it's not always possible. But I think it looks really good. So I just have to see how durable it's gonna be. But I think for $70, this is hard to beat. All right, let's get some lume action. So here it is in the dark. I went back to the description and it says C3 Super Luminova. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but I did read that the domed crystal is just mineral, no sapphire or anything, and it's the VH31 Seiko quartz movement. Yeah, I think first impression, this is pretty sweet for what you're getting, if you can get it on sale. But they go by QM Vietnam or Chime. I believe they're all from the same seller. They do a couple different versions, different colors. I've seen like green. They put the logo. I'd rather not have the logo. I don't like the cheesy AliExpress logos or any like fake logos. Like actually putting like Seiko or Rolex, because it's not. I guess it is Seiko, so I would be fine with that one because the movement's Seiko. But yeah, pretty cool. Overall, I think this is pretty good value for if you can get it on sale around the $70 to $80 mark. The lume seems to be pretty good. Lume doesn't usually hold for too long anyways, so it looked to be pretty bright when I tested it out. Screw down crown is pretty cool. The quartz movement in this specific watch is pretty cool. Just really the case shape and the history. I think it just, I don't know, it's just pretty much some good bang for your buck. For 70 bucks, you could get a Timex, or you could get this, or even in some cases G-Shock, which all three of them have their place. But just to own a little bit piece of history, even though it is Chinese, the case back is Chinese, but you're not going to see that if you're wearing a NATO anyways. But obviously, I would have an original, or a one made by like a legitimate company if they were just more affordable and accessible. Even the marathons are super cool with like the tritium tubes, but those don't even last long. But either does lume. But life is short, man. Buy the watch or do what you want. I think they're cool. But yeah, overall, I don't think I can complain. Pretty sweet for what you pay and what you get. But yeah, bezel seems to be pretty good. Screw down crown. I'm not so good at this stuff, so I'm not sure what more to say or show. It's pretty self-explanatory. You get a nice little case, which I don't need for it. But yeah, pretty cool. The Type 2 homage from Chimay.